Hi everyone and welcome. Today it's important day. Many of us know that here in the United States is the day of the election since yesterday. Today it's the 17th day of the month of Scorpio in the Hebrew Kabbalistic calendar, which, as we know, the 17th of the month of Scorpio was the day of the great flood that happened at the days of Noah. And the Kabbalists explain that the whole idea, one of the things that we understand about this day, which is connected with the day of the flood, is that there is certain type of energy that we should be aware of. Energy that is more related to judgments. If you think about kind of heavy spiritual clouds that hanging above, it doesn't mean that the energy of the day must become manifested, obviously. As we learn in Kabbalah, what the Creator gave each one of us is the ability to rise above the influences of the universe. So I want to read, first of all, one verse from the Zohar of this parasha, of this portion, the portion of Vayera, just together to inject light into every corner around the world, because there is so much tension that is going on, not only here in the United States, but all over. לעשות להשם כמה דכתיב, ויעש דוד שם דכל מאן דהשתדל באורייתא כאילו אביד ותיקן היי. עת לחברה לה לקודשא בריחו, וכל כך למה בגין דאפרו תורתך. ואילו לא הפרו תורתך, לה ישתכח פירודה דקודשא בריחו מישראל לעלמין. So the Zohar, we want to tap into some energy that is available in the universe this week and to draw it down into our lives, especially today. And the Zohar talks about a very powerful idea that the Rav, my teacher, spoke about very, very often. We can look at the life of Abraham or any of the spiritual giants in history, and we can look into other kind of people who are doing spiritual work, but not getting truly to create an impact, positive impact in their own lives and in the world around them, even though they might live spiritual life. What is the difference between those spiritual giants and maybe it's all of us, I don't know, who doing spiritual work, but who knows if we are in the direction of growing spiritually. This is one thought that I think it's very important to keep in our mind, one kind of a question to ask yourself. What is it that you really want from your own self, from all the effort, the spiritual work that you are doing? What is your kind of direction? What is the path? What is the goal? Do you want to be a spiritual human being, or do you want to grow spiritually? So growing spiritually, it is not achieving one level or achieving kind of one way of living my life, waking up, doing my connections, meditations, prayers, whatever it is that you do throughout the day, maybe finding times to connect. Very important question. Do we want to be spiritual beings, or do we want to grow spiritually? When you start to think about growing spiritually, the moment that you awaken this kind of realization that it is not really enough for me, It might be enough for others, and it is not good or bad, but what is it for me? So for me, it is not enough being spiritual. I want constantly to expand myself and to grow spiritually. So if I will continue to do whatever it is that I do today for the next 50 years, is it going really to get me there? Is it going really to help me to grow, to expand myself into those levels that maybe I can imagine in my life, or not for the sake of comparisons, because we should never compare ourselves to others, but it is important to have kind of a role model. So you look at spiritual giants and you ask what got those spiritual giants to achieve this spiritual level. And achieving those spiritual levels, it is not about becoming amazing soul or human being. You're already amazing soul and a human being. It is about the level of positive impact that each one of us is capable to create in this world. So we see that there is so much tension, divisions, and negativity in the world, and many of us think, what is it that I can do? So we go back into doing our connections, our prayers, and so on. And I believe that they do affect, but what is it that we can do in order to affect in much larger level? So then we can zoom in to the life of Abraham and the other spiritual giants, just to capture at least one or two qualities of their spiritual work, and maybe to look inside to see what is it that I can do to at least to get myself to work in this direction. The first thing that the Rav explained about those spiritual giants is that they were connected with internal drive, internal desire to help the thought of the creator to become actualized in this world, to become the channels and to assist in the process of actualizing the light of the creator in this world. It might be, sound kind of a spiritual and up there, but it is not. It is not. Because when we're zooming into what the Kabbalists explain about the thought of the creator, that those spiritual giants saw it as their main life work. What is this thought of the creator according to Rav Ashlag, according to the Zohar, according to the Kabbalist? It is to manifest the totality of the light, the totality of goodness in this world. It's kind of a mindset. So think about it as a mindset, a desire to manifest the totality of the goodness, the totality of the light, the totality of the abundance in this world for everyone. For everyone. Now, this is a very important thing. Since in our head, in our mind, the way that our brain perceives and processes things in reality in so many times in our head, the idea of manifesting good, manifesting positivity, sometimes we feel that there is positive energy, sometimes we feel not positive, sometimes it's good for me, sometimes it's not good for you. I've many times used the example of the market, the stock market, right? It's going up or down. For some people it's good, for some people it's bad. We're looking into the elections, and we're not here to talk about any politics, but consciousness-wise, for some people, they think that this will be good, and then it will be bad for others. Some people think that this will be good for them and bad for others. So unfortunately, there is a mindset that is imbued within our system that it must be good and bad. For some people, when things happen, they will be good, and for others, it will be good. It will be bad. the desire of those spiritual giants was to find the way and to assist the process of manifesting the totality of the goodness in the world for everyone, to create reality where it is not, it's no longer good for one and bad for other, or the other side. So Abraham, first of all, was connected with this drive. He knew what his soul drive, mission, core desire in his life. So in this week, but we can look at any of the spiritual giants, they all went through many different very challenging tests that the Creator placed in front of them in their lives. There's that some of them that are beyond even what we can comprehend. However, we learn in Kabbalah that the Creator will never place a test in your life that without giving you, first of all, the ability to overcome it. Even though your mind might tell you different. Many times you might feel being overwhelmed by the different challenges that you're going through. But the wisdom that we use teaching us, and it's not about believing it, because it's never about believing. It's not a religion. It's level of awareness that we need to develop. Something inside needs to get into a place of knowing it and feeling it, that the Creator would never place any challenge in front of any of us without giving us before the ability to overcome the challenge. Of course, your mind playing with you many tricks to deceive you, to blind you, to make you believe in many other things. But remember, it's not about believing. It's either you know or you don't know. So you can at least strive or try to see the process that you can take yourself through to be able to plug in and to connect with this level of knowing, with this level of awareness. The Creator is giving you the strength before the test is being placed in your life, before the challenge is being placed in your life. What will be the challenge? Each one of us is going through different challenges. We are unique souls, we have unique correction, and we have unique challenges. But in the end of the day, as the Zohar explains, any challenge that we're going through will be challenging our certainty, challenging our consciousness. What are the choices that we're going to make in the end of the day because of the certain challenges that we're going through? Are the choices going to be from a place of doubt, from a place of fear, from a place of selfish motives? Or we will be able, throughout the journey that we are going through, to put aside the fears that we have. It is not about killing the fears. It's not about overcoming the fears. It's about recognizing them. Recognizing all the different ways that the selfish drives, motives, trying to control the choices that I make in my life. Usually, the choices that we make are based on what is the best thing for me, according to what I can see. This is already a very limited way of thinking, because what's the best thing for me must be bad for somebody else. When we start to shift the way we think, what's the best thing for us? What's the best thing for everyone? When we start to shift the way we think, the type of questions that we ask ourselves, maybe different answers will start to be awakened. Maybe different level of clarity will start to be awakened inside of us. So with the test that the spiritual giants went through, this is one of the questions that they would ask themselves. It is not about what's the best thing for me. If you look at any any Hollywood movie with heroes, what makes a hero becoming a hero? They didn't think about what's the best thing for them, right? The drive, it is what is the best thing for everyone. When the mind begins to think inclusive, when the mind begins to think, when we begin to awaken the desire internally of finding what is the best thing for all, how can I really manifest the idea of positivity and goodness for everyone? Not that I will do something that will affect in a positive way some people and in a negative way other people. Yes, some of the things that you do with this intention will not affect everyone in a positive way, but it will not create negativity for others. The next important thing, it is knowing that we don't need really to figure it out from beginning to end. Look at the unique challenges that the universe is placing in front of you. And start to get yourself to ask the different questions. When you get your mind just to focus on the question and not to be frustrated of not having the answers, not having the clarity, let the clarity to come in. Let the answers to become revealed. We're too much busy in our mind how to fix the world. Of course, we do have the desire to correct the world, but if we truly want to do something that will affect positive change in the world, it begins with this little thing. What is this question that I'm asking myself? What is the real drive behind anything that I'm going to do today? Is it about how do I get more from today? What there is in it for me? Or what is it that I can do to become, even in a little way, an assistance for the idea of manifesting the thought of the Creator in this world, which is manifesting the totality of the goodness in this world for everyone. The mindset of inclusiveness, not separation, not divisions, not fragmentations, getting ourselves to realize that if it is bad for somebody else, in the end, it might affect and it will affect our own lives. So today, with the energy of today, which is the day of the flood, with all the tensions that are happening around the world, this is one message that I felt to share with the wish of my heart and with my hope that we will be able to embrace at least some of it and to share some of it and to find the ways to get ourselves at least in the direction to apply some of it. Thank you so much for joining. I want to wish you all the blessings, and I'll see you in the next time.